What is up, Facebook? What is up? What is up? What is up? Who is up this late? Who is up and online this late? What is up, you guys? Y'all give me a shout when you hop on. Hey, Kimberly. What is up? What is up, guys? Hope y'all are having a wonderful week so far. So, I cannot believe that I'm about to do this. I spent the whole day today thinking a lot about a lot of things. I've had a lot of things kind of going through my mind lately. Hey, Holly. In business and personally. Just some kind of like life-changing realizations that I've been coming to, and things that I just really feel like God has kind of been placing on my heart and kind of pushing me in certain directions and stuff like that. And I got a little overwhelmed today. So I'm kind of doing this boot camp, so to speak, with some of my business partners. I'm kind of doing some personal coaching with my people, my team in business. Hey, Sammy. And today's challenge was to find something that motivates you, whether it's a book or a verse or a video on YouTube or an incredible speech. Find something that motivates you and speak to the world about like what it did for you personally, and kind of what it meant to you and stuff like that. And man, I literally spent all day long watching YouTube video after YouTube video, like trying to find my video, find my motivation, something that I could kind of get some bullet points from and sit down and write it out and share with people. And I just got so overwhelmed because there's so much amazing stuff out there. There's so much that so many people can offer, That's amazing, Holly. That is amazing. I love hearing that. And I had about 5 minutes to myself this evening to take it long enough to take a shower without kids screaming, asking me for something. And so while I was in the shower and I was able to kind of like clear my head for, 30 seconds, I had some things just kind of like come to me. I mean, I totally believe that it was God kind of speaking some things over me, and I just wanted to hop on and share that with y'all. This is not what I was looking for all day long in videos and on Pinterest and all that kind of stuff, but this is what I landed with, and I am really hoping that at the end of this I don't feel like I need to go back and delete it. So I'm sure that you guys can see I am chilling here with my guitar. Let me just give y'all a quick disclaimer. I am not a guitar player by any means. I am not even an amateur guitar player. A friend of mine that I used to hang out with pretty closely for a long time, sat down with me and kind of showed me like all your major chords, and so I learned a few things here and there along the way on my own, and I've been blessed enough to be around people that were willing to pour some things into me when it comes to music, and so I had the chance to kind of learn from people along the way, but that doesn't really have a whole lot. It has a little bit, but not a whole lot to do with exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. But, I wanted to kind of start off by telling you guys a little bit about me. So I know some of you may have seen some of the posts that I've been posting lately, talking a lot about, some of my own personal struggles that I've gone through in the last several years. And a lot of my teammates in business know that some of those struggles. And of course, some of my really close friends have been made aware of a lot of the things that I've been through, and so I feel like I've got this calling on my life that I'm really still trying to sort out exactly how to use it to the best of my ability and in the right way. And this is just kind of what God like hit me with today. Just so I wanted to share this with y'all really quick. This is a little bit of my own personal story, and then I'll shut up talking about me. I am going to sing, by the way. I'm hoping that I don't completely destroy this. And I'll explain to y'all why I'm going to sing here in a second, because this is by no means a video to boast, get attention, or go famous, because I don't see myself. I settled a long time ago with the fact that it is not in God's plan for me to be the next Carrie Underwood. So I had to swallow that pill a long time ago. But that's okay, because I feel like my calling is much, much greater than anything that I could have ever wanted for myself. So that's really the path that I'm on right now, and I'm beyond happy with it. But you know, I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of, here's just a little bit of my background. So I grew up in Hubbard, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, off 936. Only you Hubbardians, Hubbardians. Only you people from Hubbard would know what 936 is. Little old country road. Grew up on a cattle ranch, 2,000-acre cattle ranch. I was very, very blessed with an incredible childhood. I had the best set of grandparents that anybody could ever ask for. My parents were not too shabby either. I was definitely a granddad's kid, though. I loved hanging out with my grandpa. And you know, growing up in a small town, my parents wanted us to have a Christian foundation, and so we went to private schools all through elementary school. I started out in public school, but we traveled 45 minutes one way to go to private schools here in Waco, and so I'm not actually originally from Waco, but I did graduate from a much larger school than if you were to probably take all of the schools that I ever attended and combine them all together. That would probably make up like my graduating class. No, I'm just kidding. And it wasn't quite that big, but it was a culture shock for me. And so, you know, bouncing around a lot of different elementary schools, I went through a lot of junk as a kid. I'm naturally redheaded, freckled-faced, and so I spent a lot of my life always starting out as the new kid. Which, when you're not redheaded and freckled-faced, that's, and just like bone nasty, bone skinny, that's already a hard thing to do, is to always be the new kid, you know. But, you know, I made it through, I survived, and I had to survive some stuff, you know. I was picked on by pretty much all of the girls at every school I went to, and had things done and said to me that scarred me for a really, really long time. Some of those girls I'm friends with on Facebook now. I say friends, I mean like we are on Facebook with each other. And, you know, throughout my lifetime, I've been through some things, you know. I've been through some things that some people would like laugh at, because they don't even scratch the surface of some of the painful things that they've been through. You know, I've been picked on, I've been let down and lied to, and guys, the reality is we've all been there. Every one of us has been through some crap in our life, you know, everybody. Whether you've been picked on, whether you've been cheated on, whether you've been lied to about something really, really important, whether you've been fired from a job or told by somebody that you really respected that you would never amount to what you really, really wanted in life, or whether you have been abused verbally, emotionally, physically. The reality is that every one of us goes through our own share of hardships in life, and it's all to our own degree. Some people's stories may seem worse than the next person's, but the reality is that they're all the worst to us. And the glorious, glorious thing about our pain and our struggles is that if you fight your way through it, if you fight your way through, the aftermath of your pain and your struggles, there is so much glory on the other side of that. And I really believe, one of the questions that a lot of people ask, when it comes to people that don't believe in God, is, if God's so great, if God's so powerful, why would God let bad things happen to good people, right? Everybody wants to know the answer. That's like the end all be all answer that the whole world needs to know, is why does God let bad things happen to good people, or to people that don't deserve those bad things? And the reality is there's a lot of truths behind that, and I'm just going to kind of like shave the top of it. But guys, without your hardships, who would you be? Who would you be? Would you be somebody that just walked this earth and did some cool things and raised some children and got married and, maybe passed along some awesome stories? Possibly. But if you really face the problems that your junk have caused you, and walked through your own fire, really, who are you? And what do you have to offer this world? Because if we didn't have pain, if we didn't have the hard things in life, why would we need God? Why would we need saving? Why would we need grace? Why would we need reprieve from anything? If we walked through this life unscathed, what could we possibly learn for ourselves? And even more than that, what could we possibly offer the rest of this world and the generations to come? So what I want to share with you guys tonight is that, first of all, I want to encourage you guys to not let your circumstances define who you are as a person or what you're capable of in this life. And I don't care if you're 16, 21, 30, 50, or 75 years old. If you're here, you ain't done. You're not done. Your story is not over, and that's not by chance. You are still here for a reason. So, if you're just picking it up at 75 years old, pick it up. Let go of your pain. Let go of your burdens. Let go of your negative circumstances and who you think that you've been, and the weaknesses maybe that you have. Let it go. And embrace your strengths. And most importantly, embrace your own humility. Because I think that most of us are terrified of that. Most of us are terrified of being vulnerable in every situation. You're afraid of being vulnerable when it comes to your relationships. You're afraid of being vulnerable when it comes to maybe your family members, your friends, definitely, your coworkers, your boss, and strangers. We are even sometimes afraid of being vulnerable with people that we don't even know. Because why? Because if we were vulnerable, then somebody could possibly hurt us. Somebody could possibly make us second guess ourselves. So the question I want to ask you tonight is, who are you trying to prove yourself to? Really think about that. Are you trying to prove yourself to the people that you come in contact with on a daily basis? Or are you trying to prove yourself to you? Because if you were confident in who you are and the capabilities and the strengths that you have and able to embrace your weaknesses, then you have nothing to prove. So I'm going to take the first step towards this little challenge that I want to give you guys. First of all, anyone who knows me knows I'm incredibly insecure about the way that I look, how I always have been. Please don't blast me with comments telling me how beautiful I am. I so appreciate it, but that's not why I say that. I say that just to be very, very real and open and honest with people. I have always struggled with my appearance. Another thing that I am extremely self-conscious about is my guitar playing skills or lack thereof. It's something that I have not spent as much time as I probably should have on, and so I am going to make an attempt to embrace humility tonight with each of you that stays on this video tonight, for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And before I do that, I want to read a little verse that I pulled up, and y'all, I'm getting really fancy and pulling out my my brand new baby's dedication Bible. So I just want to pull this out and read this verse to you guys really quick, and then I'm gonna sing y'all a little bit of something. So verse or the scripture is in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 and 10. And it says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for power is perfected in weakness. Therefore, I will most gladly boast all the more about my weaknesses." Let me just say that again. I will most gladly boast all the more about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may reside in me. So because of Christ, I am pleased in weaknesses, in insults, in catastrophes, in persecutions, and in pressures. For when I am weak, then I am strong. That's powerful stuff, y'all. Powerful stuff. In insults, catastrophes, persecutions, and in pressures. For when I am weak, then I am strong. So, my piece tonight, my little nugget for y'all tonight, my encouragement, my word. I really believe that this is God's word, not mine, because I absolutely said very few things that I planned on saying. I had absolutely no idea exactly how to say this when I started this video, actually. Is identify your weaknesses. Embrace them. Stop beating up on yourself. I'm preaching to the choir on that one. Like you guys have no idea. and learn to find strength in your humility. So, on that note, I'm going to probably humiliate myself by attempting to play this beautiful guitar that my husband bought me for my birthday several years ago. This poor thing does not get played enough. And I am not, again, I'm just going to give you all this disclaimer, I am not a professional or even an amateur. So, for all my music buddies out there, if you guys see this later on, do me a favor and keep the critical comments to a private message. I'll take them. I'll take the critiquing, but I'll take it privately. No, actually, what am I saying? I'll take the public humiliation. That's what I'm doing this for, after all. Anyway, right? So I'm coming to you guys with no makeup on today. Completely 110% vulnerable. And I'm going to attempt to play this song that I have like literally just learned how to play very, very recently. And I'm gonna hope that I don't forget the words. So y'all just bear with me as I'm going through this. And guys, really don't pay attention to my voice. Do me a favor and don't pay attention to my voice. More so pay attention to the words of the song that I'm going to be singing, that I hopefully don't completely screw up. Because here's a little secret about Ashley. Ashley's been singing since she was 7 years old, and I still have terrible stage fright. And the first thing that I screw up is always the lyrics. For some reason, as a singer, I can hum the song, but I cannot always remember the words. So if I screw the words up, y'all just, just hang with me, guys. Just hang with me. Been Guys, you are worth more than you can imagine. You are capable of more than you could possibly dream of. So find your passion. Embrace your weaknesses. And welcome humility. Because in your weaknesses, you have strength. Love you guys.